I'm Yvonne Leander, and I'd like to thank everyone attending for your presence and for your support in sharing Acworth's history for future generations. I'd like to recognize some dignitaries. We have our mayor, and you'll hear more about him later. We also have Alderman Brett North and Tim Richardson, and we have our Chief of Police. Where did Jesse go? Jesse Evans. So thank you for attending today. I'm representing the Save Acworth History Foundation, and our board members are listed on the back of your program. Several of them are here today, and if you would, raise your hand when I recognize you. Probably the person that everyone knows is our president, Matt Turner, and our vice president, Betsy Brown, couldn't be here today. Neither could Kurt Johnson. But our treasurer, Becca Keenel, is here. This foundation was formed in 2016 to preserve and promote Acworth's history. And we worked closely with the city to build this replica train depot. And in this beautiful building, which opened in 2019, you can view videos, photos, artifacts, and learn about Acworth's colorful history, either on the storyboards or on the phone sets that are there. We've completed 82 oral history interviews. These are interviews of long-time residents. They're on YouTube. They can go up to 60 minutes, but you can also view a 5 to 7 minute version right here in this building, just behind these scales. We commemorated the Acworth Hotel with the brick monument, which is across the street. And there's another monument outside the caboose that commemorates the Dixie Highway. Also, this year we're offering up to 4 scholarships of $1,000 each to area high school students who are planning to either major or minor in history in college. The application is on our website, and the deadline is next week, March 31st. Our latest project, though, is the placement of historic business plaques, and this is to memorialize our great businesses from Acworth's past. Today, we recognize Lacey Drug Company, a business that's been a fixture in the Acworth community for over 125 years. They focus on patients and customers and provide pharmacy services, compounding, home medical equipment, home medical supplies, as well as servicing long-term care facilities. And they do compounding for pet medicines and prescriptions as well. Larry Braden and Ben Flanagan are here to tell the story of Lacey Drugs. But before that, I have the pleasure of introducing our mayor, Tommy Allagood. He's been a true partner in everything that Save Acworth History Foundation has undertaken. Without the encouragement and support of the mayor and his staff, we couldn't have achieved any of the things that I've just related to you. And now the Honorable Tommy Allagood, Mayor of Acworth.
Well, good morning, everyone. You know, we come together like this to have great celebrations because in our city, we have so many things to celebrate, and we love to celebrate. Right, Christy? Yeah, so we're all here this morning as our city team and some of our elected to be able to celebrate this great opportunity. When the Save Acworth History folks came up with this idea to memorialize businesses and really to memorialize the founding businesses here on Main Street, we thought it was a really great idea. Tim worked very carefully with the Save Acworth History folks, and now these types of celebrations give us the opportunity to not only recognize folks like the Bradens and the Flanagans for their investment in Main Street, but also gives us a chance to understand and kind of look behind the curtain and to learn more about the history of our city. Think about a business on Main Street that's been in business for 125 years. That is extraordinary, extraordinary. So thank you to your families. Thank you for your investment in Main Street. Certainly, having a founding business like this on Main Street, it creates that legacy of the culture that we today are known for all throughout. You know, we're known to be this great destination, a place where people want to live, where they want to come and raise their family, and where they want to do business. So thank you so much for everything that you've done to make this special place, to invest in our quality of life, and being the hometown pharmacist as you are. No greater opportunity that you've had to serve your community than what you've done. So thank you so much, and I'll take the opportunity to give this to Mr. Braden. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to unveil the plaque. I'm going to give this to Mr. Braden.
Thank you. Well, first of all, we want to thank Ben and I certainly want to thank each of you for being here today. This is obviously a very special occasion for us and for Lacey Drug Company in this very special town. I bumped into the mayor out in the parking lot a couple of weeks ago, and we were chatting for a moment, and I was commending him and the city council and the leadership of this community for all the things that have been done. When I think about what Acworth looked like when I came here in 1962, abandoned buildings down this road behind all of you, a railroad crossing that was so steep that almost a billy goat couldn't get over it to get downtown, and early 1900s power poles sitting in the sidewalk with the power lines up there and the lines going to the front of the buildings. And extraordinary changes that have happened, but the real motivation and the real determination has come from this current leadership that has been here in the city of Acworth for 2 decades now, and it brought such a change to the community, while at the same time, through the work with Save Acworth and others, maintaining the history and blending it all in together. So when I was chatting with Tommy out in the parking lot, I told him that when people come to Acworth on business, we go to lunch or something, they're talking about what a beautiful place it is. I'm fond of making the comment that if Acworth just had a shoe shine stand, I would never have to leave. It's got everything else anybody could want. But I've had the personal great fortune to have known so many families, to have been in so many families' homes, not just here in Acworth, but out in the surrounding counties, and I can never think about what the opportunities that Ben and I have had here in Acworth without thinking about Dr. George Cobb. He was a unique person, an extraordinary gentleman. He was a man who was called to medicine the way that some other men and women are called to the ministry. And the contributions that he made to this community and our close involvement with him, the phone ring at 2:30 in the morning, Dr. Colbos, and I can't mimic his voice quite well, but Larry, I'm over Miss So-and-so's house out here in Cherokee County, and she needs, and they tell me what's needing, somebody will meet you at the drugstore in about 20 minutes. And we'd get up there, and then on one occasion I recall, I met him at the drugstore and rode out to someone's home with him doing a night call. But all those memories have come back to me at this age of my career life, and I'm just very thankful personally for the good fortune that brought me to Acworth, Georgia, and all these wonderful people that support this community, and of course for my just about lifetime friendship with my partner and friend and colleague, Ben Flanagan. So, Ben?
Thank you. It's funny that Larry should make mention of Dr. Cobble and his going out to residences after hours and everything, because one of the reasons that I actually chose to go into pharmacy was that when I was about 12 years old, I suppose, we lived between here and the old Acworth Elementary School down in the curve, as I've made mention to several of you, and I had a bellyache, and my mom called Dr. Cobble, and Dr. Cobble came over, and after he diagnosed my situation and such, he went over and asked my mom, said, "Beulah, where's your phone?" So he went over and picked up the phone, and he called Larry at home, and he said, "I want you to go to the drugstore and get a couple of ounces of paregoric and bring over to the Flanagans. You know where they live," and he gave him the address. And this was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and believe it or not, about 2:15 or 2:20, Larry Braden shows up at my house with paregoric. So that's a personal story, and it's a very true story. And so that led me on to, I knew I didn't want to go to medical school, but when the opportunity came to go to pharmacy school, that had a great bearing on it. And so thank you very much, Larry. But, you know, Acworth has served this community for portions of 3 centuries. I don't know many companies or businesses that can say that, not only in the state of, in Cobb County, but in the state of Georgia, or even in the country. So we've been here for a long time. It's not just because of Larry, and it's not because of me. It's because of our employees, but it's also because of the people that live in this community and realize that, you know, it's not just all about one particular aspect of doing business. It's about the personal touch that you get, that we try to give to each and every person. And, you know, we're going to shoot for 4th century. Larry and I may not be the ones to do it, but but we do plan on doing that. And once again, I'd like to thank the Save Acworth History Foundation. You've done a wonderful job in this community. It's not just been one person. Mac has headed it up, of course. There have been other contributors to the program, but it has been something that has made Acworth a star, not just in Cobb County, but for the entire state. And for that, we are most appreciative and hope that it continues. And as Mac said earlier, he plans on doing it as long as he can, but somebody else is going to have to pick up the reins when Mac decides that it's time to lay them down. So once again, thank you all very much, and we do appreciate it very much. Thank you.
I think we'll go ahead and do the closing, and then go outside to do the unveiling, if that's all right with everyone. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Ben and Larry for presenting this amazing story of Lacey Drug Company. And I'd also like to thank the officials who've come here to share their interest and support of Acworth's history. And I left out our newest board member, Louis Bramlett. Louis, would you raise your hand? He was helping me keep an eye on the people coming and knowing when to start, and I just skipped right over his name. But first and foremost, thank you for coming here, by your presence and by your support of Acworth's history. And a special thank you to our mayor. Without him, we wouldn't have been able to do events like this. And it means so much to us, and we think it means a lot too to the families and employees of the businesses that we're recognizing. So thank you again for coming. Join us outside for the unveiling of the plaque, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Let's go. All right. Oh, thank you. Well, I bet you are.
Can I get a picture of both of you?
Go then.
And then,
All right.
a little bit, there
All
we
right.
go.